Being shy is holding you back from amazing opportunities, but I've got the simple tricks to help you break free and find your voice this year. Shyness and silence often feel like walls that separate us from the world around us. We watch others confidently express themselves, while we stay in the background, afraid to speak out. But what if I told you that you don't have to live behind those walls forever? You have the power to break free and let your voice be heard. Shyness is not a permanent trait, it's a mindset that you can overcome with effort, patience, and self-compassion. The first step to breaking free from shyness is to recognize that it's okay to feel uncomfortable. Everyone feels nervous at times, even the most outgoing people. The difference is that confident individuals don't let those feelings control them. They understand that growth comes from stepping outside their comfort zones. So, embrace that discomfort, knowing it's a sign that you're moving toward change. Every time you push yourself to speak up, you're one step closer to overcoming your silence. One of the reasons shyness holds us back is because we fear judgment from others. We worry that people will criticize what we say or how we say it. But here's the truth. Most people are far more concerned with themselves than they are with judging you. People are often kind, supportive, and willing to listen. Shift your focus away from how you might be perceived and toward the value of what you have to share. Your ideas and thoughts are just as important as anyone else's. Start small. You don't need to suddenly become the loudest voice in the room. Begin by speaking up in low-pressure situations like greeting someone, offering a compliment, or asking a simple question. These small moments build your confidence over time. Each time you successfully speak up, you prove to yourself that you can do it, and that confidence will gradually spill into more challenging situations. A key part of overcoming shyness is reframing how you see yourself. Shy people often label themselves as quiet or introverted and use these labels as reasons not to speak up, but these are just stories we tell ourselves. You are not confined to any label. You are dynamic, capable of growth, and fully able to become more expressive and outgoing. Start telling yourself a new story, one where you are confident, assertive, and unafraid to speak your truth. It's important to work on building self-esteem as well. Shyness often stems from a feeling of unworthiness or a belief that our opinions don't matter. But they do. You matter. Practice affirmations that remind you of your worth and strengths. When you believe in yourself, the fear of speaking up diminishes. Build habits that strengthen your self-esteem, like setting small goals, celebrating your successes, and surrounding yourself with positive influences. Practice active communication skills. Make eye contact, use open body language, and smile. These small nonverbal cues make a big difference in how people perceive you and, more importantly, how you perceive yourself. When you practice confident body language, you start to feel more confident internally. This helps reduce shyness and invites more positive interactions, reinforcing your growth. Another powerful way to overcome silence is to focus on connecting with others. Instead of worrying about how you're coming across, shift your focus to the person you're talking to. Be genuinely interested in them, ask questions, and listen carefully. When you focus on understanding others, it takes the pressure off yourself. Building meaningful connections is one of the most rewarding ways to break free from shyness. Stop worrying about perfection. Shyness often comes from a fear of making mistakes or saying the wrong thing. But communication is not about being perfect. It's about being real. Everyone makes mistakes in conversations, and that's okay. What matters is your willingness to engage. The more you practice speaking up, the less you'll worry about being perfect, and the more you'll focus on simply being yourself. It's also important to remember that personal growth takes time. Overcoming shyness doesn't happen overnight, and that's perfectly okay. Don't rush the process or get discouraged if it feels slow. Every step you take, no matter how small, is progress. Be patient with yourself, and celebrate the little victories along the way. Each small victory builds momentum and brings you closer to breaking out of your shell. Surround yourself with supportive people who encourage your growth. Having a positive, understanding group of friends or mentors can make a huge difference. They can provide a safe space to practice speaking up and give you feedback that builds your confidence. When you're surrounded by people who believe in you, you start to believe in yourself more too. Finally, embrace your uniqueness. The world doesn't need you to be someone you're not. It needs you to be the best version of yourself. Your quiet nature might give you deep insights that others miss, and your thoughtful approach might lead to more meaningful conversations. Don't view your shyness as a flaw, but as something you can shape into your own strength. Your voice matters, and the world is waiting to hear it. In the end, overcoming shyness and silence is about believing in your worth and the value of your voice. You have something important to share, and the world will be better when you do. So take that first step, no matter how small, and start speaking up. It may be uncomfortable at first, but every word you say brings you closer to the confident, expressive person you were meant to be.